Alright, so it's been a while since No Man's Sky got a massive overhaul update. Well, today, ladies and gents, let me present you Echoes, possibly the biggest update at least in the past year. This brings literally over 30 plus new features, dozens of new changes, including a brand new quest line, a whole new race of NPCs to befriend and get rewards from. Even space battles are on a more insane level than ever before, with a new overhauled combat update and plenty new enemy ships, and much more on top we're gonna cover in this video, so let's jump right in. Now this is going to be update 4.4 and it lets us meet a secret society of robotic aliens. So furthering the narrative introduced in Interceptor, explore the mysteries of the autophage, perform their rituals, learn their language, and assemble your own ceremonial staff. In deep space, confront huge outlaw dreadnoughts, sweep through their trenches, and destroy vulnerable components in new tactical space combat, and much more. And we have actually seen the trailer. It looks just amazing. These new models are of course also available as customization options for our own characters, including a fully creatable and customizable staff. For some reason, we're gonna see that in just a little bit. Plus, the space combat looks absolutely amazing. Now, the autophage is a long-hidden civilization of robotic beings with bodies cobbled together from scrap metal and salvaged tech. These wandering constructs appear in a huge variety of styles, as we've seen from the screenshots up until this point. There's also going to be a very important quest line regarding them. So as we join minds with the priest entity Nada, this is going to let us investigate, meet, and perhaps even befriend these mysterious robotic autophages. A guided mission chain brings many hours of narrative and adventure, exploring the origin of these secretive constructs and what it means for the universe as a whole. Plus, we can also see that it comes with its own kind of like challenge tracks / medals. So if you establish and build a reputation with the robotic companions by completing their missions and learning their language, you can get some exclusive honorary titles. But there's also these assignments that we can get from the autophage. Travelers wishing to elevate their status among the constructs can earn unique rewards, even undertake procedurally generated missions for the autophage tailored to the specific conditions of their home planet. For example, in this case, we need to craft 3 amino chambers for this NPC, which is going to give us some autophage standing and also 3 out of 3 rewards in this case, but we cannot see that from this menu. However, cloaked autophage encampments can be found across all inhabited planets for travelers who know where to look for. Using autophage scan technology to sweep near sites rich in salvageable material, such as freighter crashes or damaged machinery, can often reveal hidden constructs. So when you're close to one of these sites, you can just press scan and this is all going to nicely appear in front of you with a very cool looking animation. But there's also going to be a language here to be learned with hundreds of new words, possibly something we will get through just completing standing with these and doing that mission. But most important, we're gonna get a brand new type of item called the VOLTAIC staff. So a traditionally ceremonial piece, the VOLTAIC staff is a new class of two-handed multi-tool. Its construction is a rite of passage for many autophage, symbolizing a pilgrimage across realities. Plus, it comes with its own unique walking animation, which I will not lie, it looks very good. But most important, it has its own customization screen, so there are going to be different pieces like core elements and so on that we can mix and match to create our very own version of these staves. So they look really good actually. There are plenty of models to choose between and you can go with whichever you like. Plus, the customization will help you a ton to fit that even better. But let's talk about the new Outlaw capital ships and the new combat, which in my opinion is of course the piece of the pie over here. So in the darkness of deep space, fearsome pirate dreadnoughts cruise between the stars and terrorize merchant fleets, confront them to rescue the civilians from certain death. Now this is going to also bring us with a brand new type of combat called the trench run. So even the odds against outlaw dreadnoughts, by swooping directly into their superstructure, utilize all the precision and agility of your starship to strike at the vulnerable core of these huge hulking capital ships. This is literally ripped out of Star Wars and I cannot wait to test this out. I mean, we wanted this for a very long time and I'm glad that it's here. Plus, there's gonna be some brand new types of destruction and of course combat gameplay to further help with that. We're gonna check that in just a little bit, but destructible freighters is a new thing. So realize your raiding ambitions with explosive space combat. All capital ships from outlaw dreadnoughts to merchant freighters can now be reduced to stardust And not just that, we can even earn additional scraps from doing so, so it's going to be worth it. Plus, there's a brand new combat HUD that tracks the hull integrity of large vessels, allowing Starship pilots to plan their attacks with precision. Plus, we can see some of the combat gameplay and how it looks like, because the combat depth has been completely overhauled in this game. And again, we have quite a bit of inspiration from another space game coming up really soon, which is Starfield. So you can maximize your Starship capabilities by diverting power to engines, shields, or weapons, depending on your current combat situation. You can even supercharge your engines to close in on an enemy at top speed, then obliterate them with a max-powered weapon. This literally reminds me a bit of Starfield, as we've covered that previously. And we also have a screen over here with how it looks. In practice, you can divert that power to weapons, for example, how it is in the screenshot. Of course, this is all part of this brand new, more tactical combat update that we got, called the Precision Freighter Combat. So tactical space combatants can target individual freighter modules to eliminate defenses and sabotage weaponry. You can destroy generators to disrupt shields, cripple engines to prevent warps to safety, and eradicate artillery turrets to protect merchant vessels, which looks something like this, by the way. You just go in, you blast these out of the sky, and I mean, it just looks incredible. It gives you so much control over the fights, and it should make it a lot more engaging. Plus, it even comes with its kind of own unique new spin to frigates. We have a brand new pirate frigate. So if we destroy the Outlaw dreadnought, this will leave its support fleet desperate and vulnerable, so we can actually go ahead and recruit these into our own fleet, even send them into combat-focused expeditions, which I think is really nice. Now, this also comes with its own reputation system, just like the AUTOPHAGE. So if you smuggle, loot, and raid your way through the galaxies to impress the outlaws of the universe, you can achieve milestones, earn medals, and even acquire exclusive titles for your nefarious activities. Finally, we do have the Outlaw playthrough of No Man's Sky. And what's awesome is that critically damaged Outlaw dreadnoughts may attempt to flee the battlefield by warping to safety. So those who wish total destruction upon the pirate ships will have to target the vessel's colossal warp engines and force them to just meet its fate. Now, don't expect this to be easy, because there's a whole new set of weaponry that these dreadnoughts can use against the player, and this includes some of these colossal space cannons. So these massive heat cannons mounted to the dreadnought tear through even the strongest freighter shielding, while the supporting pirate frigates release waves of deadly torpedoes upon merchant capital ships, intercept and destroy these slow-moving missiles with your starship before they wreak terrible damage upon innocent freighters. And we see that in action, these will move rather slowly, so we should have plenty of time to knock them out of the sky. But otherwise, I don't even want to imagine what would happen if they do get in contact with our own freighters, or maybe some of the friendly NPC frigates out there. But capital ships can also defend themselves with a new type of shield system that they will feature. So all capital ships can now activate anti-spacecraft shielding, which protects them from projectiles and laser fire. Would-be raiders will need to think tactically or fly low to disable or bypass the shields and damage the hull beneath, which is something that the player also must do before going in and actually taking down that ship. But alongside Echoes, we will also get a brand new expedition called Voyager, and this will bring us to the deepest oceans, tallest mountains, most idyllic planets, and strangest alien creatures, and record our findings for unique exotic rewards. Now, some of these rewards include new customization options, but also a brand new set of multi-tools. These are called the ATLANTID multi-tools. There are hundreds of available variations, and you can get these by probing the secrets of ancient monoliths, find and claim this runic nanite-infused technology. Plus, the animations on these look really nice. Plus, we get a really awesome set of mechanical paws for our companions, a jetpack trail with electrifying effects, and finally a really cool hover droid companion to bring with us in our adventures. Also, this is how the new customization race looks like. The AUTOPHAGE is going to be completely playable, and of course it also comes with its own set of really unique armors, and even the poncho over there I really like. This is probably going to be my go-to feature, but there are going to be some armor pieces to unlock. So engage in assignments and rituals for the AUTOPHAGE to earn a huge array of mechanical customization parts. Assemble the pieces to create your own robotic avatar. These new armor and clothing pieces can be mixed and matched with all existing armor sets, creating a vast array of potential new looks. And I mean, this is exactly what we wanted. This is probably going to be one of the best updates up until now. But otherwise, the last final features we had are a personal refiner upgrade. So this MK2 version actually provides dual input refining capabilities, which means it's going to be on the same level as a medium refiner, so we should have access to more advanced recipes to create for it. But otherwise, this is pretty much it. There are a few other unmentioned upgrades, including for the PSVR 2 as well as Switch, which is going to get capes. Finally, these were absent until now, so now they will finally get added. They also added multi-tool salvaging, so if you don't need something, maybe you have too many multi-tools, you can just salvage that, dismantle that, and get some really cool items that you can funnel in your existing multi-tools. Plus many more, so you can go ahead and check out the patch notes down below. In the meantime, this is it with the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.